Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video, and this should be going up alongside my reaction to episodes 48 to 50 of Full Metal Alchemist. But yeah, this is my reaction to Weiss's character short for Volume 5 of RWBY. So I will get to my kind of vague prediction, sort of prediction thing in a second, but I want to give a kind of Rooster Teeth-centric update for my channel. So there's a few Rooster Teeth things that I have reacted to the first seasons of that the second seasons are going on right now, and I haven't reacted to them yet. First of all, I'll talk about RWBY Chibi because that's a little more directly related to this. So I feel like RWBY Chibi's in episode 8 or 9 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. So my deal with RWBY Chibi was that for a while I wasn't really sure if I wanted to react to it because, you know, potatoes, and it's like, you know, I'm not really a huge RWBY Chibi fan. I do love RWBY, of course. I'm a huge RWBY mark. But I do believe that RWBY Chibi is very funny, very comical, and it's definitely something I recommend everyone to watch. However, I don't really feel it's reaction worthy at the same time. So, you know, I kind of have a dilemma with that. And like I said, my interest in it is not very high, and it is something that I like, that I feel like I'd much rather binge watch. So basically, I'm waiting for more episodes to come out. I'm waiting for that show to get closer to done, you know, and I'll probably do it in 3 or 4 recordings overall, but I'll definitely get through that. So don't worry, I'm reacting to RWBY Chibi. And then Season 2 of Camp is going on. I'm not entirely sure what my actual plan is in regards to Camp, but I am doing it as well. I don't really have any dates for that. I don't know if I'm going to wait until the season's over and then, again, binge it. Or, because you guys know I as a subscriber special, actually, I did the entirety of Camp in one video, Season 1, that is. And yeah, you know, I don't really know what the plan for me is in regards to Camp right now. It's going to be interesting, no doubt, and I'm definitely excited for that. I'm actually pretty excited for Camp. I really liked Camp. It was a fun binge, and I watched I think a couple reactions to Camp back then. I know I watched Renegades reactions to Camp, or Renegades Media Group now, I believe they're called. I don't really watch much of them these days, but yeah, I remember watching their reactions to Camp. I feel like Architect did reactions to Camp. I don't think I ever watched those. I feel like I've watched certain people react to Camp, but that was a fun show, and I actually am really excited to do that. But, you know, again, kind of the same thing. I'm kind of just waiting for more episodes to come out. Because I think I feel the same way about Camp. I feel it's definitely a binge show. The difference is I think Camp is reaction worthy. I think there's a lot of depth there that's actually worth doing videos about. Regardless, I will be reacting to both Camp and RWBY Chibi in time. I would just recommend to be patient on both of those. So I will get Chibi done before Volume 5 comes out, obviously. I want to stress that. I don't really know when I'm doing Camp. But RWBY Volume 5, character short for Weiss. In Volume 4, before Volume 4, we got a character short for RWBY. The Ruby Rose character short was kind of a cool way of... it was a cool way of showing off the new animation style and the new animation program and all that jazz leading into Volume 4 since they switched over to Maya. And it was pretty cool. And I really liked how they did it. And it kind of fit in the canon of the story. Like, I believe the RWBY character short was canon because there's no reason why it wouldn't be. It fits into the canon in between Volumes 3 and 4, close to where Volume 4 started. Probably, like, very close to where Volume 4 started. It was really badass, and it made RWBY look like a champ, and it was probably the best she looked. No, I'm just kidding. She actually was one of the better characters in Volume 4, but, good shit. It was good shit. And they just did the RWBY one. They had the Ruby Rose character short. And now Volume 5, they released the Weiss character short. Like, I think I had posted my update video, and then right after I posted my update video in which I learned about this, I was like, oh, well, that's going to be, I guess, a surprise. But I guess it won't really surprise you guys. Because, you know, Weiss and RWBY, all that jazz. But yeah, I'm really into this. I'm really excited for the Weiss character short, and next month in August we're getting apparently a Blake Belladonna character short, and in September I guess we're getting a Yang Xiaolong character short to build up to October 14th, which I heard was the Volume 4 premiere of RWBY. I'm sure it says at the end of this video, just like it did with October 22nd, 2016 for Volume 4 of RWBY. It'll probably have a picture of Weiss looking badass, just like it had a picture of RWBY looking badass with the date for Volume 4. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really excited that we're getting one for Weiss, Blake, and Yang. I admittedly am probably most excited for this one, though, simply because of the fact that I want to see the new animation. This is the one we're getting to see first. And also, Weiss is the most beautiful character in the show. I mean, she might not be the sexiest, but she's, in my opinion, definitely the most beautiful. So yeah, you know, and then, you know, when it comes to amazing animation, beauty kind of trumps hotness, in my opinion. So yeah, that's a weird commentary, but yeah, don't get stuck. All right, so as you also notice, I'm in a different location. That's because I was dealing with a bunch of ants in my room and trying to kill them, and you know, don't want to be around that smell. And yeah, it kind of sucks. But you know, like I said, honestly, just from what little bit I could tell from my Full Metal Alchemist commentary, I think these videos look way better. For whatever reason, the quality just seems, I'm not sure, but the quality just seems to come out way fucking better here compared to my room. Now the lighting is kind of bad, but at the same time it works out fine, so I don't even fucking know. I don't know. If you guys like the way this looks, I might do more videos over here. I don't know. I said the same thing in my Brotherhood commentary. But yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into the Weiss Schnee character short for RWBY Volume 5. I'm pretty excited for this. I was not expecting this. Maybe I should have been expecting this, but I really had no idea this was coming. The RWBY Volume 5 Weiss character short will commence in 3, 2, 1, and let's go, waifu. Play.
It starts.
A frozen white rose.
The unexpected loss.
Oh.
Of something dear.
What? What the fuck?
That comforted and cradled just disappears.
Huh. Interesting song. We're actually getting a song too. We didn't get one in the RWBY one.
And in its place there's nothing, just an endless empty hole.
Whoa.
The light that showed the way is gone, and darkness takes control.
Oh, it's like summoned.
Bitterness and anger are quick to fill the void.
Are those Weisses or Winters?
Path to isolation. The dreams that they destroy.
Holy shit. This feels a lot more like the
Seems to grow in my soul, it's consuming me.
song. I'm trying to focus on the song. Oh, song. That shot. I'm almost listening to the music as much as watching. Oh shit. Nice. Wow. She's really mastering that kind of almost dancing style of swordsmanship. Oh. Yo! Holy fuck, Weiss! I'm sorry about saying much, but the song is really captivating. Oh, what's gonna come out? This is supposed to be Mirror Mirror Part 3. I think every Weiss song had Mirror, though, in it. It was training! I had a feeling it looked more like Winter's than Weiss's. Holy shit. Damn. Damn! Nice
I'm
to...
not always going to be around to save you, Weiss.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'll get better.
You'll have to if you ever want to leave.
What the fuck? Is that the beginning of Mirror Mirror Part 1? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh! Oh, that was at like Shnee Manor. That was a flashback? Does that explain the yeah, that explains. I was thinking in my head that it looked like her old attire in the new animation. Oh. Oh. Whoa. And that's it. Oh shit. Huh. So that was a flashback to, I would assume, before Volume 1 of Winter helping Weiss train. And I was like, it felt like it was Winter's summons, because one, we've seen that basically Beowulf, I believe, being summoned by Winter before in Volume 3, Chapter 4, Lessons Learned. And it had that, like, it just looked like Winter's. And I don't know if I said anything where I was like, I think I said, is it Winter or Weiss? Like, was it Winter or Weiss's summons? I don't know if I said it out loud. I know I said it in my head, but honestly, I'll have to rewatch my own video and see if I said it. But, that's interesting. So that was... because that would explain. I was thinking in my head too. I'm almost positive I didn't mention her attire, but it did look like her original. Because even her combat attire in Volume 4, it's the attire that they show in the picture at the end there, where they say October 14th is Volume 5 premiere. And whoa, that was. I mean, that doesn't really give us anything new. These are definitely canon. The RWBY one seemed canon, but there was, that was definitely canon. But, come on. Why are you starting... why did you start with a frozen rose? Are you kidding me? Why do you do this to me? You could choose any flower? It's fucking destiny? Because this would have been before she met RWBY, probably. Okay. I guess it could have been... This actually could have been after Volume 3. And before Volume 4. Which is actually really funny, because if it was post Volume 3 and pre Volume 4, it would also be at the same, not the same time, but it would be in that same time skip as the RWBY Volume 4 character short. Although the Volume 4 character short for RWBY felt close to the Volume 4 premiere, this would have felt a little further from it. I don't know. My guess is that this was before Volume 1, but I could see it being after Volume 3 as well. But I feel like based on the words that Winter had for Weiss, I felt more pre-Volume 1, but it could have been pre-Volume 4, post-Volume 3 as well. So I don't know. Either way, it's great to see it. It's great. That's Winter's debut in the new animation, for fuck's sake. We had not seen Winter in the Volume 4 and onward art style, and it's kind of the same art style, but it's very refined compared to the old one. So she looked incredible, just like Weiss looked stunning. Those flowers look stunning. The Grimm summons were great. Man, when she used a little bit of that fire, it's nice to see her, even if this is a flashback, it's nice to see her using her elemental potatoes outside of ice. Ice is her specialty, and aside from, obviously, she's the Ice Queen, and, her appearance, and the snowflake, and, Snow White, white Schnee, white snow, and all the other reasons why ice is her thing. It's cool to see her using other elements. The only two times I can really recall her using other elements is I feel like she used wind and maybe earth in her fight with, in the white trailer against her knight, and she also in Volume 3, Chapter 5, Never Miss a Beat. I remember her using a wind setting in her in Mirren. Oh God, I can't remember the name of her weapon. Oh, geez. Like, see, I know Ember, Celica, Gamble, Shroud, and Crescent Rose, and among others. I know some others too, like Magenhield and so on and so forth. But I can't remember the name. It starts with an M. It's a tough name. Her weapon. But yeah, that was fucking awesome. Weiss is the fucking boss, and you guys all know I love her. Even though I can be a little tsundere about my love for her at times, just like she's tsundere about her love for Ruby. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Just me. It's probably just me. Yeah, you know. Also, the RWBY Volume 4 soundtrack. So, yeah. I don't know when that's going to be out, but I have seen all the songs. So, I've seen BMBLB. Don't worry. Whenever I do actually get that out to you guys, that'll be fun. But yeah, I don't know. I have seen or heard, I guess you could say, the Volume 4 soundtrack. I really have no fucking clue when I'll get that out. I am happy though. I did eventually get it done a little while back. But yeah, I still need to edit that thing, and it's just kind of an extra thing that's kind of thrown in there. I don't feel like it's urgent. I mean, especially now. Again, I will get that out before Volume 5 starts, but other than that, I have no real promises. It was amazing, though, and like I said, I have heard BMBLB, which I'm sure is the one that most of you want to hear my reactions to, so there was that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't wait for Volume 5. The hype is real. The thing with Volume 5 was Volume 3 was incredible, and the ending to Volume 3 was so incredible that it almost created too high of a standard for the show, and Volume 4, which was aftermath and setup, really kind of suffered and felt like a downstep. Even though it was still a good volume for a regular show, RWBY felt like it had ascended beyond what it was before Volume 3, and it kind of got knocked back to reality a little bit in Volume 4, again, because they were mostly setting potatoes up. And there was a lot of things that I think could have been handled better. I think Blake definitely could have had a better run, and obviously I think, there were a lot of issues with Volume 4, despite it being very entertaining. But I do think Volume 5 is going to more than make up for that, especially since everyone will be converging together, and it'll be a lot more easier for them to manage the narrative when, the main characters are more together than they were in Volume 4. I think the fact that they were so separated kind of ended up working against them because they only had so many minutes of screen time to give to each of these characters, and they had to split it all up instead of having them together more and focusing on single or a single major narrative with a few narratives for individuals and stuff. They had to deal with too many narratives, and it was what it was. It was still awesome, but it wasn't Volume 3, and I do think Volume 5 has a chance to be as good or even better than Volume 3 if done properly, so I am very excited for Volume 5, even though I will admit that Volume 4 was, I would say, a minor disappointment. I'm not going to say it was bad or anything. It was still awesome, but, it could have been probably a little better. Anyways, Flamin' Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I cannot wait for Blake's trailer next month. It's going to be great. I want to see Blake being incredible. Maybe she's training before her attempt to, maybe she's training with Daddy. Maybe Kali and is getting in there too with Gira and Sun, and they're just getting ready to take over the White Fang. It'll be great. So anyways, I'll see you in a flash because I hear a doorbell. Peace. Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video today, giving you guys another blind commentary, blind reaction, and today we are reacting to the RWBY Volume 5 Blake Belladonna character short. So this is the second of 3, or I guess the third of 4, if you want to count the Ruby Rose character short we got in Volume 4, because we had the Ruby Rose short in Volume 4 to hype up Volume 4. Whereas this year we're getting one for the remaining main characters of the show, one for Weiss, which we got last month. I love that one. The Blake Belladonna one, which is right now, and the Yang Xiaolong one, which I assume will be at the beginning of October, right before the October 14th premiere of Chapter 1 of Volume 5 of RWBY. I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, the Weiss one was fucking awesome. I loved the Weiss character short. It was so cool. Literally. But the Blake one's going to be interesting, as well as the Yang one, because whereas the Weiss one, they did a flashback, I don't know what they're going to do with the Blake and Yang one. Although I can see the first frame, like this doesn't start with a black screen or anything, it starts first frame, I'm seeing all this menagerie stuff. So I'm assuming this is probably present day. This is probably post Volume 4. Like right before they go off on their, because they're prepping to try to take down the White Fang, and this is probably before they, embark on that them being Blake's son, Kali, and Gira. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get here. I mean, I'm kind of thinking we're going to have something involving Blake and Son, and maybe we'll get to see Kali and Gira in this. And I'm assuming, based on the shot of Menagerie, this is present day in the timeline, like post Volume 4, pre Volume 5 is where I'm assuming this takes place in the timeline. I'm going to be really interested to see Yang's, and I feel like with Yang, because of the whole arm situation, they're going to have to do a present day Yang character short, which is going to be really fucking cool because we've never seen her in a legitimate fight with her current self, so to speak, which is going to be really interesting. I'm assuming there'll be a fight. I'm assuming this has a fight, although, honestly, if this is just like a kind of mini episode, I'm okay with that. I honestly might even prefer that, as much as I'd love to see their improvements of the animation and the fight style. You can tell animation improvements without going into fight scenes, though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have any major predictions, so I'm just going to jump right into it now. The RWBY Volume 5 Blake character short will commence in 3, 2, 1, and play. Alright. I don't see Blake yet, but this is definitely Menagerie. Everyone's buying their shit. This could be a flashback, actually. Now that I think about it, this could be a flashback to... Nope, Blake's wearing her Volume 4 attire. I was just about to say, this could be a flashback to when she was in the White Fang, or when she was with her parents, like, beforehand. But no, this is definitely a flashback. What are you looking at?
Can I ask you something?
Oh? Oh!
Sure.
Now here's a flashback of Ilya!
Why...
From Blake.
Why'd you join the White Fang?
Same reason as you.
But
why fight when I pass for human?
Oh, we're getting the Ilya backstory.
You're not the first person to ask.
Oh, I'm sure Adam did.
I know I look just like any other
no,
human girl. And for years, that's how I was raised.
Makes sense.
We lived in Mantle with the other Faunus working the mines. But my parents wanted
they're
something
hunting
better
down
for me.
Good guys or bad guys?
They
Looks like
managed to
bad
enroll me in
guys.
an Atlas prep school.
Wow, Atlas Prep School.
Imagine that. A little Faunus girl from Mantle going to the City of Dreams.
Damn.
I felt like a princess.
Wow.
But I had to follow a set of rules.
Damn. So we're getting a modern day fight scene with the
I'm
backstory.
talking about my parents. And absolutely, under no circumstances, was I allowed to change colors.
Of course.
No one could know I was a Faunus.
Yep.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, Blake ended up doing the
It
same thing
wasn't.
later down the line. That's
It
the
was
great
confusing
thing.
at first, but it
The
wasn't
parallels
hard.
between Blake and Ilya.
Especially if it meant being an Atlas.
Yep.
Sometimes the other girls would say things about the Faunus. That they were animals, that they were dirty, or they lied, and I'd say those things with them. Because I felt like I was one of them. And then, one day, there was a cave-in.
Who voices Ilya?
I was at school when the news broke. Apparently, one of the workers tripped while handling some agitated dust crystals. The explosion caused a chain reaction. And my
also from Shadows.
Snickered.
Damn. Damn, son.
Go!
I lost control. Every inch of me
that's nice.
turned blue as I wept. And suddenly, all the girls that I'd laughed and played with
Weren't your friends
were
anymore.
scared of me.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Don't be. I broke their teeth.
Damn! I broke their legs. Pretty similar, eh? Oh! Ilya again! Hey. She likes Blake too much. They care too much about each other. She can't attack her. She just wants to get away. Damn.
What happened?
He got away.
Oh. She's not gonna mention Ilya. That makes sense though, cause son.
Sorry.
Damn. Damn. Ooh, Ilya! Dude, I like this. They're doing some really interesting stuff with Ilya, and I like this because it's clear that she's gonna be, and Blake didn't want to hurt Ilya. That's a mutual thing. Damn. Or capture or anything like that. Damn. Holy shit. Okay, that went by way too fast. And that one was longer than the other. I like that song. Ooh. Yeah, because we didn't get a lyrical song in this video. We didn't get a lyrical song in that video, so yeah. And that sounded like a White Fang song from the little bit of dialogue I got out of it. Because it was, of course, a song. And again, you know, for as much as she is one of my favorite singers literally in the world, Casey Lee Williams, one flaw as a singer is her diction isn't the greatest. But her voice is so good, it's ridiculous. And she gets to sing these epic songs with amazing lyrics. On that front, I would actually be expecting the Volume 4 soundtrack to finally happen in a couple weeks, I would say. I'm not going to give a date, but like I said, the big thing with the Volume 4 soundtrack is it will come out before Volume 5. I will get it out before Volume 5. I have a couple, you know, don't worry. We'll be good. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah, that was really good. That was really cool. There wasn't really much fighting. I mean, we got to see a really cool animation where Blake ran up the side of the wall. That was really fucking cool. And there was some animation I didn't like kind of panned out camera running and stuff. Like stuff like that didn't look the greatest. But that stuff isn't as important as the fighting or like when the cinematography in RWBY has gotten really good. They showed up. I feel like that the cinematography in that short was one of the things that was really good. And the Weiss short had great cinematography, great action. I thought the Weiss short was really beautiful looking. This one, but the cinematography really was really cool, especially in this type of environment. It really was nice, and I thought it was really well done in that sense. I thought the animation for most of it looked really good. There was one scene where I thought it was kind of whatever, but for the most part, the animation looked fantastic. The art style is on another level. I mean, they've really, I feel like they've improved from Volume 4 dramatically. It looks so clean. It looks so crisp. It looks like at this point, it's starting to look like a not as much of an independent anime as an actual anime if it was in the 3D art style. Like, it looks fantastic. I think RWBY's gotten to that point to where, at least from a like character design standpoint and world design standpoint, it doesn't look low budget anymore. I think they've fully shed that. I think from an animation standpoint, it still has its moments, but from a design standpoint, I think they've gotten it. I think they're there. And it's gotten better every season, of course, but I think they're just there now. In Volume 4, it kind of was weird because they changed art styles. But this art style, combined with a season to work with it, they got it. But the real story here is, ironically enough, the story that Ilya told to Blake. Again, this is before episode 1, and this is also before the black trailer. Oh, nice again. We got to see Weiss in her original attire last time, and we got to see Blake in her original attire this time. So that was really cool to see the main characters in their original attires in the new art style, because they got new attires in Volume 4 because, you know, along with the new art style, we got a time skip between Volumes 3 and 4. So it makes a lot of sense that they got new attires and they grew up a little, and it's really cool to see them in their old attires pre-time skip in the new post-time skip art style. So that's really cool. It's kind of fun. Yeah. What else? Just the Ilya Blake conversation was really interesting, and it's nice to see Ilya's motivation. It's nice to see the parallel where Ilya tells Blake about her story going to Atlas Academy, and Blake mimicked it going to Beacon Academy. And now there's even more of a reason for why Blake did it. Aside from a criminal hiding in plain sight, you know, not wanting to be recognized as a white fang potato, all that jazz, she also did it. And we knew she did it because she didn't want to be discriminated. She wanted to be seen as a person, not as a human or faunus. But she also, straight from the mouth of a great friend of hers, Ilya, it makes a lot of sense that she had all those potatoes. And I really liked it. And we actually got to see Ilya in the present day. Blake and Ilya had a little run-in as well. That was fucking cool. Ilya is looking like a cool character, and I think Ilya's an interesting wrench in this whole Blake, Adam, and Sun and Yang thing. And I have to throw Sun and Yang in here because Sun has beef with Ilya, Yang has beef with Adam, Blake has a deep history with both of them, clearly, that being Adam and Ilya, but she has a deep history with Sun and Yang too. And now it's like a 5-person. It's become this 5-person clusterfuck. And Blake, Sun, Yang, Adam, and Ilya are all intertwined by one another, and they're intertwining relationships. You know, and how that goes is going to be interesting. But I think Ilya is, based on this, I get the sense, I mean, you kind of got the sense in Volume 4 with how they showed her in one of the last scenes of Volume 4. Even if only for a second or two, they were showing important people. And kind of, even though she had very minimal screen time in her debut kind of Volume 4, you could tell that she was meant to be fairly important. And I feel like that was escalated in this trailer. I feel like in this character short, Ilya really solidified herself as a very important character to Blake's story. And Blake's story is intertwined with Yang's story as far as main characters are concerned. And no, I'm not saying, and before anyone goes potato, no, I'm not saying that in a ship way. I'm saying that in a, that's just the case. Ilya, Adam, Sun, Yang, and Blake are all intertwined. It's mostly Blake's story. Yang, it's like Yang is a major player kind of in this story because of the Adam Yang thing, which is why Blake and Yang's stories are so intertwined. But Yang also has other stories that are irrelevant to Blake, like her Raven story. Raven is kind of like Yang's big thing, and Adam is like this distraction that's become her big thing in the meantime. But she's also got a RWBY style. I mean, she's kind of all over the place. Blake kind of has this specific story she's going on. And then same for Weiss, and RWBY's just kind of going through the... RWBY's story really is just the plot of the show right now. She's kind of following the main storyline, if that makes sense. I feel like I said the same words over and over again, and I think I didn't differentiate and distinguish the things I was trying to say, because, you know, I'm not very practiced at this, at least in a verbal sense. In a written sense, I could probably do this a lot better, but in a verbal sense, despite the fact that I've been doing these commentaries and reactions for years now, which I recently learned that it's been, what, almost 4 years? Yeah, my first video on this channel was December 11th, 2013. It's almost been 4 years. And half of that time, you know, my popularity, like, yeah, it's crazy the boom that my channel's had in the last, I don't know, 12, 18, 24 months. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into volume 5, but I'm also really excited to see what they do with Yang in her character short. And I assume they're going to do it in the same format, because now it's obvious they're both of these have had a lot flashback elements, as well as Weiss's had a tiny element of the present, whereas Blake's was a little more 50-50. Even though the narration the whole time was from the past with Ilya. So I'm really curious to see Yang's, because obviously Yang's going to be doing something, probably at least semi-confrontational, because Weiss's was fully confrontational and in the past, and Blake's was semi-confrontational and in the present. We're probably going to get to see a little bit of Yang using her arm and all that jazz, and where that goes, but I think it's still going to be in the past. It's probably going to be a scene in the past. I'm trying to think what it could be. I mean, it could be maybe something with Crow. It could be something with RWBY. There's a lot of scenes that it could be, but I don't, like, there's nothing that stands out as, like, a specific scene that, like, we know of. I feel like it's going to be something that we didn't know happened or something. Something really cool, though. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, that's it for this one. So, Flamin' Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I will see you next time with another video. And for you RWBY fans, I'll probably have done some Chibi reactions before the Yang trailer, and there's a good chance I will have gotten the soundtrack finally out before the Yang trailer. But if I don't, I'll see you with the Yang trailer. Regardless, I'll see you with another reaction. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Peace. Hello everybody, Flaming Shark back with another video, and today we are reacting to the RWBY Volume 5 character short for Yang Xiaolong. This is the final character short, and this actually was released the same day as Chapter 1. It was released on Saturday. Obviously, I'm watching this on Monday. I will be watching Chapter 1 immediately afterwards. Super excited for both. I am more excited for Chapter 1, of course. I'm really excited for the Yang character short to, you know, once again see epic animation and cool fights and whatever the fuck's in it. But I'm more interested for Chapter 1 because, as you guys know, I love me some fights. Everyone loves a cool, well-animated fight. But characters and plot, like story, basically, and the two major aspects, which is character writing and plot writing, are what I care about the most in a series, obviously. So, while I definitely think we'll have some interesting characterizations for Yang, like we did with Weiss and Blake in the first two character shorts, I am more excited for the Volume 5 premiere, but I will save that for Saturday when that's up on YouTube and I can post the video whenever Rooster Teeth posts it. But yeah, we are watching the character short first, since that's the idea, is that we watch the character short first. Really excited to see this. Not entirely sure what to expect, but really have no idea what to expect for the Yang character short. The Weiss and Blake one, I feel like we had more of an idea. I really have, like, no clue what this Yang character short is going to be like. And I think that's actually really cool to go into this character short as blind as I feel like I am. And I'm just really excited for this. It's 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so 420 blaze it, of course. And like I said, like usual with these videos, I'm not going to be able to hear myself at all. So if I talk over any dialogue, I'm still hearing the dialogue. And I apologize if you can't hear it, but like I said, I always recommend to watch the original video first so you know what's up and so you don't miss anything, and to support the creators, all that jazz. The link to the YouTube video will be down below in the description for this video, as well as Volume 5, Chapter 1, and so on and so forth throughout the 5th volume of RWBY, as it always is in this series. I'm really excited for everything, honestly. This is going to be such a fun episode, or character short. I'm kind of already thinking about Chapter 1, but I am really curious to see this. I feel like it has to be in the past before Yang lost an arm, and I feel like they're going to talk about various things related to that, and I think it's going to be really fucking cool. But I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. It'll be quite interesting in my personal opinion. I do think we are going to get some fun stuff related to Blake. God damn it! Why am I so? I'm so all over the place. Interesting stuff related to Yang. I think it's going to be something to do with her past, and there will be at least a few. It'll probably be similar to the Weiss trailer, and I guess even the Blake trailer to some extent, where we're seeing past events from possibly even before Volume 1, because both the Weiss character short and the Blake character short flashbacks took place before Volume 1. In Weiss's, it was almost entirely a flashback, with a few glimpses of the present right at the end, which was really cool. Blake's was more of a back and forth between the past before Volume 1 and the present of in between of like Volume 4.5, in between Volumes 4 and 5, with her and Blake chasing down a criminal and then finding Ilya and all that jazz, as well as, but the flashback talking about Ilya and Blake, and really Ilya telling Blake kind of her backstory of how she ended up in the White Fang and all that greatness. And then Weiss's was a training potato with Winter. Really cool stuff there. This could be training. I would love to see Yang kind of like some of her earlier training with Tai Yang. I think that would be fucking awesome. I don't know what else it could be. It could be anything really. Who the fuck knows? It's going to be so exciting to see Yang this season because, you know, like in Armed and Ready, she's finally unbroken. She feels like she's finally unbroken. She feels like she's back from the dead. It's going to be really cool to see Yang now, kind of having grown up a little bit and, you know, more into the woman that she, whether I think she wants to be, but beyond that, the woman she's becoming. And I think that's going to be really cool to see, as are all the characters. But I do think Yang probably has the most hype going into Volume 5, in my personal opinion. Even though the plot and, like, the potential fall of Haven and the stuff with Dr. Watts, like, that stuff is the premier hype. Like, the actual story, what's going to happen with the whole Yang, Sun, Blake, Ilya, Adam, five-way, you know, Pentagon. Yeah, the Pentagon, I guess. And various other things, even though I will say, yeah, I'm excited for everything, but I will say if we're just talking about the main four characters of RWBY, I do think Yang probably has the most hype behind her into this season, which, I mean, arguably she did last season, even though Weiss was definitely the MVP of the main four characters in Volume 4, but I think regardless of whether it was last season, which you could very much argue it was, I definitely think that's also the case this season. And to be fair, you know, Yang had some cool stuff. I kind of wish that she went through more, like, trauma. I feel like that they kind of undersold, like, they didn't undersell the trauma. I thought the trauma was brilliant. I felt like she got over it too fast. And I know they skipped all these months of time, and that's a big part of it. But I still wish we would have got to see more of the quote-unquote broken Yang on screen. And maybe, you know, and maybe she gets through it right at the end of the volume, which she that's kind of what happened, but I do feel like she got over it too. I feel like by the end of Volume 4, Chapter 4, she had more or less gotten over it. I kind of wish she wouldn't have gotten to that point until, like, the end of Volume 4, and then kind of off-screen in between volumes, she does, like, most of her training with Tai, and, like, maybe we get to still see the scene where she runs off, but I feel like that would have been a better way to do it. But that's just me. I don't know. They really didn't have enough time for all the stories they were trying to tell separated. And that's kind of why they need the main characters put together, or at least, like, reunite RWBY and Yang. That would help. Or you could reunite RWBY and Weiss and have Blake and Yang on their own, or maybe even pair them off into RWBY Weiss, Blake Yang, or RWBY Yang, Blake Weiss. That would be really interesting. I think Blake and Weiss, especially with everything Blake's trying to do, that would be such an interesting pairing right now. But I feel like they need to pair them up into 3, maybe even just 2 groups of the main characters, so that they can tell stories more coherently without as much potatoes. Of course, we do have a 14-chapter volume, so that is exciting. That is very exciting, but we will get to all of that. I'm kind of more talking about RWBY Volume 5 as a whole, as opposed to just this character short. I think we're going to get a flashback with Yang. I kind of already went over that, so let me stop wasting your time. The RWBY Volume 5 character short for Yang Xiaolong will commence in 3, 2, 1, and play. Alright, I hear Bumblebee. And a black screen. Is that RWBY? Oh shit! Oh, is this RWBY before she had her scythe?
Come on.
Also, that's beautiful. This is totally RWBY before she has her
Totally
scythe.
could have dodged that.
Yang trying to help
I
RWBY.
told you. I'm just not cut out for hand-to-hand. Why can't I just use my beautiful crescent rose?
That's
Oh.
exactly why I wouldn't let you bring it. I'm gonna be leaving for Beacon soon.
Yeah.
I want to make sure my little
She
sister
isn't.
hold her own
That
while
is
I'm
true,
gone.
that she was really bad at hand-to-hand, and I think she's probably gotten better at it, but back then she was still really bad at hand-to-hand.
Fine.
Damn, this is cool! I'm already into this. Alright, Yang. Not bad. Oh man, that look on Yang. Yo, nice! There you go, Ruby!
Nice one, sis. You're not always going to be able to run away from your problems, though.
She's not done.
Sometimes you just have to stand your ground and fight, no matter what.
She's still in the fight.
All right, enough rest. Get back out here.
What the hell? What the hell is this?
Ruby?
Oh, it's a Grim! That is badass. Damn. Oh yeah! Time. God damn it, I can't talk! Man, I'm not gonna get to really hear this song full blown until the Volume 5 soundtrack, but one day. Very cool. That is a big ass bear type Grim. I'm not entirely sure that's even a bear, it's a massive Grim. It's got a very, I guess you could say Yang-ish style. It has a very unique style to it, this song. And also, the animation is tremendous. Woo! Oh, I'm really into this fight sequence. Holy shit! They really got the classic Matsuyum kind of recoil uses quite well. So that's awesome to see. Ruby. I mean, obviously she's gonna be okay. Also, it's cool to see Ruby and Yang in their original outfits too, as we got to see Weiss and Blake, and now we get to see Yang and Ruby, since Ruby isn't getting a character short since she got one before Volume 4. Jesus! Holy fuck, Yang! Oh! Yeah. Now she's got her semblance popping. Yeah! Yo! Bruh, Ty or Crow is gonna show up after this and be like, what the fuck is going on here? Jesus. You punched out a Grim into its hand. Damn, Ruby. You're so pathetic in hand-to-hand combat back then. This is right before the season started. Yep. The first season.
It's okay. I've always got your back, sis.
Aww. I've always got your back, eh? And now Yang's thinking back to that and thinking, like, fuck, I let her... Yep. Very similar to how they did the Weiss trailer. Also, nice cleavage. Oh god, that picture! Oh, fucking Yang! Yang looks so badass! Like all four of them do, but Yang looks particularly badass in that picture. Very cool. Very cool, guys. That was the RWBY Volume 5 Yang character short. And I must say, very cool. I still honestly will plan. I don't know, guys. Okay, all three of these character shorts were great. I think from a story perspective, I think Blake's was the most story-driven. These were a little more fighting-driven. I think Weiss's was definitely the most fight-centric. I will say I kind of like the Weiss short the most, honestly, but I'm not entirely sure if that's true because I like this short. It was addressing the fact that RWBY is shit in hand-to-hand combat, especially back then. I do think she's better now than she used to be. But I'm talking like first couple volumes, she was pretty bad without her scythe. She really can't do anything without her scythe, which is one of the biggest problems with RWBY as a fighter. But she does have her speed, so she can kind of run away to an extent. But yeah, she's had a lot of trouble without her scythe in the past, and that is something that she needs to figure out. However, fantastic. Love the character short. It was great for Yang. It was really fucking cool. And yeah, we had that moment where she's like, I'll always be there for you, sis. And then I knew, once she said that, I knew we were going to transition to present day Yang. And Yang is thinking about that moment. And she, just like how the thing is, the Yang short, like all three of them were recalling memories, but the Weiss and Yang short were very similar because they were both reliving these memories, thinking about them, their past, and like, and stuff. And Yang was thinking like, I'll always be there for you, sis, while also thinking, well, I wasn't there for her. So it was kind of like this really potato thing where it's like, oh shit, you know, I said I'd always be there for her, but I'm not. And that was kind of really like, oh man, like I might have lost my arm, but yet I let her go on this super dangerous mission without me and, you know, risk her life doing what she think is right, and I wasn't there to protect her, and she feels really bad about all that, and I really like that from Yang's perspective as a character. I think that's really well done. I think that fits Yang to a T, and it's just great to see. And I think in general, I think this character short fit both Yang and RWBY to a T. I'm not surprised. Honestly, I should have saw it coming. I didn't really think about it. I didn't predict it. I didn't even consider it really, but RWBY almost had to be in this because, like I said, we got to see Weiss and Blake and the Weiss and Blake character shorts in their original attires because they were using flashbacks, and it was so cool to see their original attires in Maya and in their kind of newer animation style, and they had to do it with RWBY. So yeah, I should have saw that coming, that RWBY would be in the Yang character short, but I didn't. For somehow, it didn't even cross my mind. I kept thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be Yang before Volume 1. I didn't even think, oh, RWBY's going to be in this too, of course. That should have been dead obvious in my opinion, but of course I didn't even see it coming, so that's something, I guess. Really excited for RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 1. I will literally be recording my reaction to Chapter 1 immediately after recording this. I was super excited. I'm recording both of these on the 16th, on Monday the 16th in the afternoon. I just recorded, like I said, obviously you guys are seeing the ending of my Yang character short, and then immediately afterwards I'm going to be recording my reaction to the Volume 5 premiere, but of course I won't be posting that until this Saturday. But yeah, I'm super excited for RWBY Volume 5 premiere. It's gonna be excellent. It's gonna be so fucking cool. I cannot wait for it, and yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Hopefully, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. I'm super excited. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. So anyways, Flamin' Shark, sign out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day. You will probably see a RWBY Chibi reaction before you see my Volume 5 premiere reaction, because I do plan to get some RWBY Chibi out on Thursday. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day. Hope you guys are as excited as I am for the new volume of RWBY. And if I might see it with RWBY Chibi, might see it with Adventure Time or Fairy Tail, whatever. But as far as true RWBY content goes, I will see you guys on Saturday with the Volume 5 premiere of RWBY. Welcome to Haven, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Welcome to Haven. I will see you guys then. But until then, Flamin' Shark sign out. Peace.